It's been about 60 years since we last visited Durban, and in that time the city has really grown. From just 5,000 residents in the 1880s, the population is now over 200,000 and showing no signs of slowing down. The biggest reason for this growth is the bustling port, which connects the goldfields of the Witwatersrand in the interior of the country to the world. Sea travel is by far the most reliable transport in the 1940s. Here we see a Union Castle liner arriving in port. This regular service from the UK saw liners arrive like clockwork every week, often bearing immigrants looking to make Durban their new home. During the war, seaplanes were based in Durban Harbour, from where they flew patrols looking for U-boats. Imperial Airways also used this base, flying the long route down East Africa, connecting Durban to the world. The port attracted a variety of industries to the city, creating many jobs for its growing population. Here we can see two golf courses, Durban Country Club and Windsor Park, providing welcome leisure options for the public. Stamford Hill Aerodrome was Durban's first airport. In these early days, flying was more of a curiosity than a major form of transport. By far the most important land-based transport of the time was the train. In the 40s, an extensive railway network connected Durban to the rest of South Africa. In the 1940s, Durban Station was located in the heart of the CBD. Some of these buildings still survive to this day, but not as a train station. Sadly, the main station was relocated around 1980 to its present location in Greyville. playhouse still stands today and was the main venue for visiting artists from around the country and the world. In 1910, the first City Hall was replaced by the current building, which is very similar to the City Hall built in Belfast. The old City Hall became the central post office. Durban had an extensive tram network up until the end of the 1940s, when they were largely replaced by buses. The popularity of the beachfront was starting to increase, with many seaside amusements and leisure facilities built during this time. These included parks, promenades, bowling greens, and the ever-popular rickshaws. To the west of the city, Berea Station and the surrounding market were becoming an increasingly busy space. The Emmanuel Cathedral still stands today, now over 120 years old. The magnificent Juma Mosque was at this time the largest mosque in the Southern Hemisphere. By 1944, Greyville Racecourse was already 100 years old and has hosted the nation's premier horse racing event, the Durban July, since the 1890s to this day. The adjoining Durban Botanic Gardens are the oldest in Africa and Durban's oldest institution. Just up the road in Morningside, Mitchell Park started as an ostrich farm and eventually became a small zoo, famous for its giant tortoises. Howard College opened in 1931. It later became the University of Natal. The city has definitely grown in the 100 years since its early beginnings. By the 1940s, Durban was one of the most important ports on the continent and growing every year as immigrants and locals moved to the city in search of employment and a brighter future.